The Firefighter Combat Challenge here in beautiful Montgomery, Alabama for season 24. We've been doing this for a long time, and the Firefighter Combat Challenge actually came from a criterion-based test that Dr. Paul Davis was in on back in the 1970s, about 1974, and he pulled it off the shelf in about 1990 and said, hey, I think I can turn this into something.
It is the only federally funded, university-based occupational physiology research study on structural firefighters that became an international touring and televised sport.
Well, the Firefighter Combat Challenge is a series of 7 specific, if you will, exercises that the fire service does every day. Things like climbing stairs in a high-rise fire, or hauling someone who has been injured out of a house, chopping, using a hose, hoisting. It basically mimics what actually happens on the fire ground.
The Firefighter Combat Challenge is a brotherhood, it's a sisterhood, it's a family. Over 20 locations throughout the year, and then it all comes together at the World Competition. And this year we're in Montgomery, Alabama, and we couldn't be more pleased.
The Worlds is where we all get to come together at the end of the season and do everything that we've been training for all year.
It's just like it's called, the toughest 2 minutes in sports. I question myself every time I get at the starting line as to why are you doing this?
It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, and doesn't matter how good you get at it, it still stays as hard because you're just trying to go faster, right? So you're competing against yourself just as much as the opposition.
It's pretty tough, mentally and physically. You know, you got to train pretty much every day, you know, whether it's with weights or running the course. You know, there's a lot of good athletes in this, you know, in this division, so you know, you got to push yourself every day to stay at the top.
2 to 3 minutes of absolute hard work, and at the end it's totally worth it.
More firefighters die of heart attacks than anything, and it just promotes fitness. And once you get started doing this, you get hooked. It's very addicting. You meet a lot of good people, come to great cities like Montgomery, you know, and it just keeps us in shape. That's the bottom line.
This is our 5th season here, 5th event down in Montgomery. And it comes because first off, we have a fire department that is fully involved in fitness, coupled with the support of the Chamber of Commerce, like none we've ever seen before, and as well as, you know, the Office of the Mayor and everybody else in the city of Montgomery.
Montgomery, Alabama is an example, it should be all across the United States, of what happens when private industry, the people like the Chamber, the administration, all of local government, everybody hitches to the same horse and we're all pulling the same direction. This is what happens. You can't get any better than this. This is how government is supposed to work. This is how a city is supposed to be run. And it is obvious to everybody that breaks a plane of the city limit sign.
Montgomery is definitely a role model for a host for this combat challenge. I've been going since 2011. I've been to several of them, and Montgomery is always a priority for us. We were just really happy. We just heard it out there for opening ceremonies that they're looking at 2016 again, so that would be awesome, awesome.